Anita, if you'll come forward. Sorry to get you up still.
We have a special presentation today. Brett, would you come forward? And Jessica's not here, but I'm going to mention her as well. There's a lot of ways you can contribute to the foundation and make a difference in this world. And I'm just curious, is there anybody that knows what the Quest Society is? Okay. Anybody a member of that already? Okay. If you agree to give $100,000 in your will, you're a member of the Quest Society, and Brett has done that. And so we want to honor him with a +4. And also Jessica, they do pendants. So she'll have a pendant. And it looks like you'll even have a stand.
I know.
So.
First selection.
Yeah, you're a great Rotarian, Brett, and a good, wonderful example to all of us how to serve our community. And serve. Thank you.
Announcements, Heather? Yes. President Katie, fellow Rotarians, if anyone is interested, United Bank is partnering with the Front Row Cardinals. And we are selling raffle tickets for a Yeti cooler filled with some goodies and some free entrance to their games this summer. So they're $20. We're drawing tonight because tonight is their opening game. You can write a check if you don't have cash, or you can send it to me Venmo. Just see me afterwards if you would like one. Amber?
President Katie, fellow Rotarian. I have two things. One, the Q4 invoices were sent out in April by Laura, who's graciously accepted to help with member invoicing and foundation stuff. And so if you guys, if you have any of those unpaid, you can take care of that. You guys know our Rotary year goes from July 1st to June 30th. And all that money that we take in that year is spent in that year. And so that's how we're able to give $157,000 back. So if you can take care of those invoices before the end of the month, we'd appreciate it. I also sent out member invoicing forms by email yesterday. And if you could take a look at those, I know they're complicated. The whole form is complicated. So if you need help, I'm happy to help you. But we do need every member to fill that out this year. And this is your only chance to make changes to your invoicing options. Once the invoicing cycle starts, we can't make changes again until next July. All right, thank you.
Brett?
President Katie, fellow Rotarians, two things. One, the Brody Michael Foundation. We talked about Logan, the Attico Foundation last week. Brody Michael Foundation, our second golf tournament is coming up in October. We are looking for more sponsors, whole sponsors, different levels of sponsorship. If you're interested, feel free to give me a call or email me. Last year, we gave, I think, around $20,000 to $25,000 in academic scholarships to Warren County and Skyline High School students. So great, great organization in memory of Brody. The real reason I asked Katie to speak, though, was we are hosting a new exchange student. So we're finally getting back to that tradition of hosting exchange students. Her name is Bianca. She's 17. She comes from Norway. You'll be happy to know she's a soccer player. So hopefully we're going to bring in a ringer for our girls soccer team. But she will be attending Warren County High School, I think, as a junior. My daughter is really excited. So we're going to host her first. We are willing to stay open and keep her for the whole year, but Rotary would prefer that she move around at least to one other home, if not two other homes, during that time. So if you're interested in hosting, Anita is our exchange officer for our club, so she can help you determine, get through the background check. You do not have to be a Rotarian to host either. So anybody that wants in the community that gets that background check and wants to host, you're open to it. However, Rotary does not want her to change schools. So she will be going to Warren County High School. So if you're not in that Warren County district, you're fine to host her, but just know that you're gonna have to make sure she gets to that school. So anybody with teenagers want to host, this is our third host, daughter. My daughter wants a sister, because she has 3 brothers and she wants to have a girl in the house. That's why we keep getting women, girls. So, but anyway, so let me know or let Anita know, and we'll get you connected with the Essex group and get you in the background check. Thank you.
So this is just a reminder for all the ladies that are on the Monster Mash committee, which is our big Halloween bash in October. It's time to get together, so I'll be reaching out to you soon, to start to put ideas for another successful event. And then
Happy dollars.
dollars is me. Who's happy?
Yeah. So, commercial. So I'm gonna put 500, right? We haven't seen Top Gun coming this weekend. And next weekend, we're opening Jurassic World, and we're closing Park Street closure, and all sorts of Jurassic Park Jeeps there on display. It's gonna be really cool. Hope to see you there.
Well, Shelby,
I'm happy.
you're happy. What are you happy for?
For all these great people. And we're happy too.
You're happy too. Everybody's happy. Who else?
So I'm happy my son is volunteering for the Front Row Cardinals, and he's actually gonna be one of the 2 people on the radio and video that here. So you can listen to the game tonight. He has a problem with his wisdom teeth, but hopefully he'll be able to do it tonight. But that would be.
Awesome.
So I've got 5 happy dollars because we graduated our first child from Warren County High School on Saturday. And for those of you that haven't experienced that, it's really cool to have your kid graduate from the same high school that you went through and whatnot. So really proud, and hopefully I'll put more money in a couple weeks when we finally win the national championship on the baseball.
You guys go.
You got $5 happy on that. My son. Another national championship, first time men's tennis. So go Hoosiers.
I'm happy that I now have all my grandchildren out of high school. And now we start the cycle of college, I hope. Stay on schedule. So we got 4 in college.
Oh, right.
All right, well, I graduated my youngest from college last week, so I'm happy that he and his sister are off the books.
I'm happy that my oldest finished 10th grade with 4.0, and then he approached us to get a work permit because he wants to work this summer, so I was happy.
Sorry. I'm gonna stand behind this one and say, I'm so happy we have a new senior director for next year, which is Mark. That's my happy.
I have a couple happy dollars because like Brett, my oldest graduated from RMA and said it's pretty exciting, and it's pretty cool to graduate. The same school that you go to or went to.
I'm happy to announce that over the Memorial Day weekend, after several years of thinking about it, I managed to open a garden of remembrance to the dogs of war. And that is at the animal shelter. And I hope you'll go over perhaps sometime when you're passing, say hello to them. That's the statue of a life-size statue of the dog that we have in the garden. So anyway, there's it.
I have one more happy dollar, and that is that Lacey made academic excellence for the 3rd year. We're so proud of her, and now she's a senior. I'll be crying, don't worry.
My grandson is 5 weeks old.
Attendance report. President Katie and fellow Rotarians and guests, today we have 26 members and lots of guests. Thank you, Katie. So our program today. I'm not.
I'll get it. I'll do it. That way I can get it set up.
Our program today is 2 sets of awards. First is Brett, and I'll let him.
Just give me a second while I get this set up. Just share this with everybody online here so they can see it. All right. There we go. All right. It's my pleasure to be able to present our Student Art of the Year Awards. Several years ago, you're going to hear from Emily about the Student Athlete Awards. Several years ago, the board decided that we do a lot for our youth in general and also for our athletes. But we haven't really talked about one of those other extracurricular activities in school that I think at least one person in this audience would think is just as, if not more important than sports. And that's in the arts. So that's in the arts, whether it's on the theater stage, in the band, and music, and chorus, photography, drawing, anything in that fine arts area is where we decided that we wanted to honor those students. So the objective of, and I have the wrong one up, so excuse me a second. I could have just let you do that one. Or I just didn't correctly edit my slides. So I'll apologize for that. Doug Stanley's on here. Doug created all of these, and we just
Pretty much.
So hopefully you don't see anything else. So the objective of the Student Art Award is to honor a student from Warren County High School and Skyline High School in the fine arts area. We want them to have excelled in the fine arts, excelled in academics, and demonstrated high ethical standards. So we select the recipients by essentially polling and surveying fine arts teachers and the guidance counselors of both high schools, asking for nominations from their students of who they think deserves this award, and then our committee selects one for each school. Unlike the athletic award, where it's a boy and a girl, we decided we wanted to honor one for each of the high schools. And the first one for Warren County High School is in honor and memory of Betsy Blaubel. Betsy, for those of you that may have known her, from Terrence Wood, but she was a club president of ours. She also was at the United Methodist Church as the choir director for 30 plus years. She was the original executive director of the Blue Ridge Arts Council, went on to be executive director of the Wayside Theater, and ended her career out at at the Commonwealth or Sutherland's as the I want to call her like the cruise director for the, but I'm trying to think of the name. But anyway, she ended up her career out in that way. Betsy also taught piano, personal piano lessons and voice lessons for decades. She's the one that taught me. I took lessons from her for 10 years and helped in some of my art work in theater work in high school. So Betsy was somebody we wanted to make sure we honored. And although she didn't go to Warren County, her kids went to Warren County High School. For Skyline High School, it's our own Kim Crump. So Kim is who we've honored with our recognition for that award.
She is the executive director currently of the Blue Ridge Arts Council, which is the premier arts group in our community, maybe even in the whole Cantal Valley. I'm just living here. But I think it's true. And then you can really, they're very prominent at the gazebo gatherings in the summer, bringing music downtown and bringing art walks. They were responsible for that, as well as having their Christmas event fundraiser in December. Kim is a graduate of Warren County High School, where her kids are graduates of Skyline High School. And she was also our president of this club. The funds are held at the Community Foundation, so I'm going to save Emily a couple slides here. The Community Foundation is a nonprofit organization that covers Warren, Frederick, Clark, and Shenandoah counties. It is a place they will have donor advised funds where you can contribute money to specific causes, or they also do their own grants on a variety of different things. Doug Stanley was the treasurer of that organization for many years, and somehow when Doug moved down south, they called me and asked me to pretty much take his spot on there. So I sit on that board of the Community Foundation. But if you want more information about the Community Foundation, if you'd like to donate to any of these funds and scholarships, you can use their website at cfnsd.org. So we have a couple past awards. Like I said, this is not a very old award. So Bridget Samus and Allie Hafer both won it in our first year. This was our first COVID year when we hosted the Skyline High School hosted us for all of our awards. Last year, we had Jonah Birch and Emily Gallagher as our recipients. And you can see Kim in one picture, all masked up with Tom Bowen. And this lady right here is Meredith Miller, who is Betsy's daughter. She's a teacher at Reston Jeffries, and unfortunately, they had a work day today. It's the last day of school, so she was going to try to slip over, but apparently wasn't able to. So our first award winner is Jocelyn Moyer. Jocelyn, I had to go out and find pictures. So Maggie, just wait till you see what I found for you. So this is what Mr. Holland, Daniel Holland, wrote about Jocelyn. Daniel is the director of bands for Skyline High School. My name is Daniel Holland, and I'm the director of bands at Skyline High School for Royal, and writing this recommendation letter on behalf of Jocelyn Moyer, a senior and four-year member of the Skyline High School band. It is with great joy to recommend the student for the Kim Crump Student Art Award. As a student, Jocelyn excelled in all areas of academic study. She currently has a 4.17 GPA and has a strong rapport with the core subject teachers. She also shows tremendous leadership as the Skyline High School class senior president. In addition to her school-wide achievements, Jocelyn has achieved numerous accolades as a member of the Skyline High School band program. She performs in the marching band, concert band, jazz band, and indoor percussion program. In addition to holding leadership positions such as trumpet section leader and student director, she has gained admittance to the prestigious ensembles such as the BBODA, North Central Senior Regional Orchestra, and the All Virginia Band. Even with these achievements, she's still a humble and patient musician and leader. She often gives her additional time to work with others in the band, and always has something encouraging to say to every student she interacts with. For example, our band program had a large number of new members this year. From leading small and large group rehearsals to getting effective one-on-one instruction for students in her section to assisting other student leaders, she plays a key role in contributing to a positive and hardworking band climate. Further, Jocelyn will be leading a legacy of strong work ethic, effective leadership, kindness and positivity, and a dedication to helping others improve and succeed. I could not be more proud of the student and her passion for music, teaching, and leading. So Jocelyn, would like to come on up here. And this is. Congratulations. So I just got to see your picture, Meg. Thank you, Royal Examiner, for publishing all the pictures. So our Warren County, Betsy Lovell Warren County Student Art Award
is given to Margaret Flosh. She was nominated by her band director, David Dingus. I am writing to you to offer a recommendation for Margaret Flosh. Maggie has been a member of my group since her 8th grade year. She plays in my jazz band, symphonic band, and marching band. And she has always been a dedicated musician, student, and member of our group. She also has been an excellent leader. In music, she has played 3 instruments for my groups. She has always been the best at playing those instruments as well. She plays trombone as her major band instrument, but switched to trumpet for her senior marching year to help us out with balance issues. She did it with excellence and without complaining, even though she was actually more voluntold than volunteered. She is also a very accomplished pianist. She has played solos at our concert as well as helped out with the jazz band. As a leader, she most demonstrated this during her senior year. Our drum major was out of school for a long time with an illness, and Maggie stepped in without question or hesitation. She would help warm up the groups and get them started with the daily routine. She saw the need and stepped in. It is my opinion that Maggie is one of those students who want, wish, and hope for enter your program. I highly recommend her for this scholarship. Maggie. But I can tell you, we're not the only ones that recognize Maggie's accomplishments, because she got up on stage during the awards assembly at Warren County High School multiple times, 9 times, and brought back a stack of swag with her. So.
Yeah, Maggie.
But there you go. It's spelled incorrectly though, so I think it was so cash. I'll be. With that, I want to say thank you to the club for your contributions. What Amber was talking about, checking your boxes on your invoices. One of those boxes is the student art award and the athlete award, that you can make contributions to the foundation through your dues, invoicing. And it's the way we're going to be able to give more and more money to help these young artists excel and succeed as they go off to college. So thank you to the club. Thank you for those students, and congratulations. And now I'm going to turn it over to Ellen. Lizzie need to be off here, not online.
We're good?
Yep. All right. So I have to thank Doug Stanley for the PowerPoint that we've been using to base this also off of, and also Brett here for getting me set up and for covering some of my content. So it'll keep me a little bit shorter, which everyone will be grateful for. So we're here to talk about the Student Athlete of the Year Awards. And just to give you a little background, a little bit of the objective of the award, some time ago, the group Rotarians got together and decided they wanted to establish an award that would recognize student athletes and student athletes of character. They wanted people who exemplified certain characteristics. And when they did this, they thought about who they would name these awards after. And in doing so, they chose Heidi Moore and John Marlowe. I'll get into a little bit about them in a minute. The eligibility requirements: the recipients must have demonstrated an excellent commitment to excellence in athletics. They also have to have earned a varsity letter at either Warren County High School or Skyline High School, excelled in athletics, excelled in academics, and really demonstrated the highest ethical standards. Typically, these awards, like the art award, these nominations are given to us by the schools, and we have a committee that reviews them, interviews the candidates, and makes determinations based off that. A little bit more about how we've selected the candidates. A little bit of background about who the award is named after. And I was thinking about this. I didn't know Heidi. I really didn't. When she was in high school, I was in college, but I knew who she was because I was still close enough to graduate from high school that I'd come home, I'd read the paper, I'd follow up. I was an athlete, so I wanted to know who was doing what. And so I knew who she was, and anyone who paid attention to sports at that time knew who she was as well. She graduated in the Warren County High School class of 1999. She held school records in 6 individual track and field events. She was the Northwest District triple jump record, 12-time Northwestern District selection, 7-time All-Region pick, a 5-time All-State honoree. She was named the school's most outstanding girls track and field performer for 3 straight years. She was captain of the track team, the most outstanding athlete. The awards go on and on. Student, ELF Student of the Year, the school prom queen, so she was well liked. Heidi went on to attend JMU, where she earned undergraduate master's degrees in communication science and disorders. And unfortunately, Heidi lost her battle with cancer in October of 2009 and died far too young. But we all certainly remember who she was, and we're thankful her family participates with this. I enjoy getting to spend some time with her dad every year and learn a little bit more about her. The next person is someone I know a lot about, is my dad, John Marlowe. Graduated in, I probably do this from memory, but it's shorter if I stick to the script. But he graduated from Warren County High School in 1957, where he was a member of the undefeated, untied, doesn't say, 1956 football team. At one point, he had the Warren County High School Career Total Points Award. He knew about it for less than 24 hours. We've learned. They called to tell him he had the award the day he had to show up to give it to someone else. So that's how things work back there in pre-digital age. He was a track and field champion in the discus. He went on to UVA, where he earned letters in football and track and field at the University of Virginia. After UVA, he went back to Front Royal, where he headed the Marlowe Automotive Group, and in that time, he was elected to the Board of Supervisors, 1968, and he served chairman of the board for some time. He also served as mayor of the town of Front Royal from 1980 to 1990. I'm going to skip a little bit about the Community Foundation, where they're a great partner for us and to help us manage this scholarship. Past award recipients, we have a lot more. We've been doing this a lot longer, so I'm just going to kind of go through 2013, Tyler Post and Kayla Gibbons. 2014, Jennifer Norman and Dustin Weir. 2015, Autumn Troxel and Ronnie Clifton. 2016, Jamie Good and Joseph Rutherford. 2017, Savannah Long and Seth Jacobs. 2018, Macy Clerkley and Stuart Ashley. And 2019, Rachel Serbaugh, Bailey Grant, and Kaylee Foltz. In 2020, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, Elia Rosechun, Brandon James, Ailman. And last year, you guys will remember, our recipients were Jackson Pond IV, Caleb J. Grant, and William Wolf. Before I get into the award recipients for this year, I will say it's my second year being able to serve and help with the board. And you see themes every year. You see different themes with each group. And the theme this year with this group of students was absolutely grit, resiliency, and focus. And you're going to see that a little bit when I get into the award winners here. And I'll tell you, if you haven't served Rotarians, if you haven't served on one of these boards, if you haven't had a chance to meet some of the candidates, you're really missing out, because you will leave impressed and encouraged. So our 2022 Student Athlete of the Year, our female Student Athlete of the Year, is Kirsten Stiles. A little bit about her. It is very difficult to put all of this stuff on a piece of paper. Again, both of our award winners have accomplished a lot. You can see here, she was an excellent athlete, and her sports were basketball and soccer, where she was the captain. She was a great student, all A's, honor roll, National Honor Society, DECA, and she was very much involved in the community, involvement in Young Life, as different camp counselors. I thought this was really cool. She got to shadow some athletic trainers and Cardinals games, just did some really neat stuff. But when we interviewed her, the thing that really stood out the most was she had experienced an injury prior in her athletic career, and that really kind of refocused and really gave her a laser focus as to what she wanted to do and build resiliency. She said something to the interview that I actually wrote down because it really impressed me so much. And she said that in her circumstances, she was being built for a challenge that is coming down the road. I wrote it down. I'm going to quote it someday. I will give you credit for it, because I thought that was so smart. And what a gift that at your age, you know that, because most of us don't know that until much later. So that was really impressive. So next year, she will be attending James Madison University, where she will be studying to help people with some of the things that she's overcome with physical therapy. And and we just absolutely wish her the best. So no further ado, the first, the Heidi Moore Female Student Athlete Award goes to Kirsten Stice. You got to know that. Thank you. Oh. I didn't know that.
No, you can have it. I'm gonna give these boxes.
Emily, I might mention as well, her great grandfather was a outstanding Rotarian and member of this club for many, many years, served well. And we remember her very, very well.
Thank you. Okay, so moving on to our John Marlowe Student Athlete of the Year Award. I'm gonna butcher your name. I've asked 3 people to explain this to me today, and I'm still gonna say it wrong, but it's Patrick, and it's Troutline, right? Am I right, Troutline?
It's Troy Line, but I'll give you credit for being close enough.
Okay, Troutline. All right, so there we go. But at the end of the day, it's not gonna matter, because this young man has really accomplished a lot, and as you can see here, again, there's a lot to put on a piece of paper. I did my best to try to condense it. But he is a great athlete. He's a runner. He's a cross-country captain and a state contender. He was a captain in track, both indoor and outdoor. He was also great at karate. And I don't know much about karate, but he's the highest rank in the Front Row Karate Club Junior program. So for those of you who know karate, you'll know about that. So he is a great student. You can see here 4.66 senior year GPA at the time that we got his materials. I'm hoping it's even better or somewhere in there. He is full enrolled in LFCC and in calculus. We just a lot of VP of the National Honor Society, a lot of really great things here. His community involvement was really pretty cool. He has a private pilot certificate, and I wouldn't know much about that except for John Marlowe also has a pilot certificate. So I grew up hearing about dad flying, and so I got to hear a little bit more about your flying after we met you. And Dad gets to explain to me what some of this stuff means. So that was pretty neat. But the private pilot certificate serves in the Civil Air Patrol, cadet first sergeant for the Winchester Composite Squadron. He volunteers. The Warren County Humane Society, Reefs Across America, and much more. He was an intern at Blue Ridge Environmental Governor School, working with middle school students. And he, just interestingly, is a solo pianist with 10 consecutive superior ratings. So there's a lot of really neat stuff here. And Virginia Tech, he's going next year, Brett, I know. So I think he's got a bright future. I know, bright future ahead of him. And so with no further ado, I would like to present the John Marlowe Student Athlete of the Year Award to Patrick. There we go. Oh, wherever Brett wants.
Whatever you want.
Okay, well. Thank you to the folks who served on the committee to interview the candidates. This was great fun, and every time we do this, we leave encouraged, pumped up, and I encourage any of our Rotarians to participate in something like this. So congratulations to the award winners. Good luck. The future is very bright for both of you, I have no doubt, and thanks to Rotary for allowing us to do this. So thanks.
Thank you so much, Emily and Brett, for spearheading that and taking.
When it's done, if everybody can just stick around, recipients and sponsors and family, just we'll get a couple pictures.
Well, congratulations to everyone, and congratulations also to the family, because I know it takes a whole lot of help behind the scenes. So if you'll stand for the forward press.
things we think, say, or do. First is the truth. Second is fair to all concerned. Third, will it build goodwill and manage friendships. Fourth, will be beneficial to all concerned.
Have a great weekend, everybody.